Good evening, everyone. I'm Elham Shafai, Director at IE Art Projects Online Art Foundation, and I would like to take my chance to welcome all of you to Micronarratives, Shabnam Parvaresh Artist Talk in connection to her current solo exhibition at IE Art Projects. Shabnam is a musician, visual artist, composer, and curator from Tehran, Iran. In Tehran, she received her bachelor's degree in fine arts and pursued a career as a freelance artist. In Tehran, she was a member of the Iranian Painters Association and exhibited her works in a number of exhibitions. Furthermore, she started playing the clarinet, flute, and santur as a child and was engaged in the Tehran Symphony Orchestra and other ensembles of the Iranian capital. In 2014, she left Iran to study jazz clarinet at the Institute of Music of the Osnabrück. I'm not sure, Shabnam, if I'm just pronouncing it well. University of Music. And during her study, she played in different bands and ensembles, including with Germany Award winner Kenan Ezmem. Is it correct?
Grammy Award winner.
Oh, okay, Grammy, yes, yes. And Morgan Land Festival, yes, correct.
Yes.
You know, just because there's something like I thought, oh, it's gonna be German, it's gonna be difficult. Okay, I can. And as a solo artist, including with Achim Kaufman,
yeah.
at the Sun Trip NRV or NRW, yeah,
yes,
series. She completed her studies in 2022, and congratulations for that, Shabnam. In 2020, she founded her Shin Trio, whose debut album will be released in fall 2022 on Virtual Records. She is a member of the German Jazz Union. In addition to her work as a musician, she continues to be active as a painter. Previously, she showed her micronarrative series in a solo exhibition in Germany. Okay, now I would like to present a video of micronarratives exhibition. Then, Shabnam, we are going to continue with you.
Sure.
Oh, wonderful. I enjoy the music a lot. I hope this internet or online thing doesn't damage to your music.
No,
So,
no, no, not
yeah,
at all. Thank
that's good. Good to see you today. Can you
Good to see
please,
you too.
yeah, can you please introduce yourself? I introduce you, so just, but just that's your time to talk about yourself a little
But
bit.
you already said it, but I can just shortly. First of all, thank you so much for having me and making this possible. It's really an honor, and thank you all of you
Welcome.
who turned into this talk, and I'm really grateful for that. So I hope you enjoy our talk today. Yes, so I'm Shabnam Parvaresh. I'm an Iranian painter and also I'm a musician. I come from Iran, born in Tehran, but now I'm based in Germany, Osnabrück. Yeah, and today is my I'm really happy to have my exhibition at the EI Art Projects, and thank you, Elham, for making this happen.
You're most welcome. That's a pleasure. So I'm your fan, and so just it's a pleasure. Yeah, to finally could get your works in IER projects, exhibited. Okay, so just I'm going to start the questions, and what is behind this painting series? Did you try to capture your music through the paintings?
Well, for me, painting and music, for me, it's not different. I'm unfortunately, I'm at home at the moment, so I cannot show you guys where I work. I have a working space which I divided it into two separate places, which is at one corner I play my music, I practice and I write music, and on the other corner I paint. So since I was younger and I painted and played music, I always had this space, to interact with both of the art. So it's I cannot tell that these are two different things for me, and. So when I work, it's mostly like when I'm practicing, I always looking at my unfinished works on the wall, or if I have like paintings, small sketches, I usually walk around and just play, the scales. And I always look at them for inspiration. And on the other way around is also like this when I'm doing when I'm painting or when I'm drawing, I mostly listen to music, and so it's definitely something that brings this both together for me. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. So just now I have another question. So just when you mentioned that you're
Yeah.
listening to music, okay, so just
Yeah.
you often listen to your own music when you are painting?
No,
No, okay.
no, I don't. I mean, when you make yourself music, I don't know if it's also with art like this. Maybe it's a little bit different, but it took me a while to be able to listen to myself, because then you will be you criticize yourself all the time, and it's really hard to enjoy it. But now I'm learning in this process because I had to listen to myself because we were in the studio with my trio, and also I did some other recordings with other musicians. So I had to take time and listen to myself, which was not easy. And yeah, it takes time. Maybe, I mean, it will get easier when you have a pause in between, and then, at least for me, to listen back and say, "Oh, okay, I played that. That's cool."
That's amazing. And also interesting because I'm not a musician. I don't know anything about music, unfortunately, but I'm a good listener, just I love
Yeah,
listening to music.
yeah,
And so
yeah,
just that is part of my own, just process of making art. So I have to listen to
yeah,
music. But when you mentioned that, excuse me. So I have this question. It's a new question. It just
yeah.
popped in my
Sure,
mind.
no
So
problem.
So because you are a painter and also you are a musician. So just but you mentioned that like it's not easy for you to listen to your own music, but now you are learning it, right? But it easier to look at the painting, to your own
Yeah, that's
painting?
the
So that
thing.
that is strange. I mean,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I get your point. But I mean, how is it for you? Can you put all of your works and look at them all the time?
Um,
You
yeah. So now
know?
you're asking me questions.
Yeah. No, because it's interesting. I think when you're painting, you see the work all the time, you know? But when you're playing, I think sometimes you're busy just being at that moment, you know.
Mhm.
So when you're playing, I think it's a complete different kind of situation when you or to when you just sit back and listen what did just happen, you know.
Mhm.
I think it's a little bit different kind of yeah, situation. But when
Mhm.
you paint, you're constantly looking at that painting and seeing the results. Yeah, I don't know. It's a very hard question, but I think it's easier for me to hang my paintings at the wall and look at them than listening to my own music. I don't know why, but
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe you should find out and tell me
Yeah.
later.
Not
Yeah.
to be not to to be too criticism at yourself or to
Critic.
criticize yourself.
Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah.
yeah. Got it. Okay, so next question. Your focus in your painting is structured on the rhythm. Can you please explain about that? This is some sort of like interconnection to your music, because music also, just is about rhythm. So just I want you to explain on that a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, well, definitely. Rhythm is also in one of the most important part of music, and also I find it also it's very important in the arts. For example, the relationship between the shapes and the lines and the colors and you know. For me, it's important when you look at the painting or the work that you constantly can move your eyes around it and not to be focused only in one part of it. And with the rhythm, I try to manage that or to bring the viewer's eyes not only in specific one part of the painting. And I use lots of lines. I use different kind of shapes to bring that together, you know. And yeah, I think it's a definitely uh, uh, how do you say, very uh, um, oh God, English, my mind.
Don't
um,
worry. Okay.
between music and the painting, it's a very how do you say, a combination of yeah, using this rhythm parts.
Mhm.
Understand what I said?
Yeah, I understood. So just yeah, if someone has question later on, they can ask.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
just yeah. Okay, so just that's my next question is about like, okay, so just you this series micro narratives that are like, just that have like, just connections to your music. And how do you see your music through these paintings? Or do you see them at all when you look at the paintings? Or you can listen? Are you able to listen to your music? Maybe it is a better way to put it.
Well, you know, in the lockdown time, I suddenly had lots of time, you know, like I think like everyone, because everything stopped. And I really then had the chance to sit and work, and I was very productive at this time, and I enjoyed really really a lot. So I had to also compose for my trio at that time. So it was a very intense time for me to explore both of painting and music at the same time for me, and also being in this complete crazy times with the corona and the lockdown and the silence, you know. So I could hear music definitely, because as I said, these are two things that I cannot see differently. But every time I see it different, or I hear it different, and that's what makes I find it really playful and interesting also for me, and I hope for the others too, because the way mostly it's very abstract, and most of the time I try not to also use any title for it, because I think when you put on a title on it, then you have to try a way to see that title, and you're suddenly in a box, you know. But when I use like untitled, I usually see that everyone sees other things and communicate with the painting in a complete different way. And for me, it's also the same. I mean, sometimes when I look at one thing, one of my artworks, I try to play it like for free improvisation. And improvisation, you cannot play two times. Every time it's going to be completely different. And that's for me, it's very interesting.
Yeah, that is very interesting also to know. And but before, you know, just before you explain about you know, just the process and about your music, you know, just what I had something in my mind, and I thought, okay, so just you maybe, you know, just produce some music, or maybe you did that some painting, and then, you know, just you somehow you combine them, you know, or to find the connections with them. But that is not I mean, just actually what it happened, right? So just
Not really. I mean, I did this exhibition a year ago, and my plan was, or my aim was to finally bring these both parts together, you know, by producing the paintings on the musician, which we were playing. And in the music that I wrote, there are many parts that are just only free improvisation. So you have to interact with others that are playing with you, and also what you see as an inspiration. So for us, it was also a very unique moment to try to interact with the colors and the shapes that they were produced on us, you know, and on the floor and everywhere. So that was also a very interesting moment.
yeah,
I don't have a battery. I'm so sorry. I have to bring
okay,
my.
all right,
So
okay,
sorry.
okay. Okay. Are you okay there?
Okay, I'm back. I'm so
Okay.
sorry. I just panicked.
It's okay. So
Okay.
just we will I mean, just I should explain that to our audience here. So just if you go check the exhibition, in our website, and you will see that video, which was, just the video from that exhibition Shabnam mentioned. And yeah, so just they were doing music live in the, just some sort of performance while doing the music, while the images of her painting were projected on them and Shin Trio, right? So
Yes.
yeah. Okay, so just that's very amazing, guys. Just I really suggest you watch that, and I'm sure you all are gonna enjoy it. Okay, so just the next question is about how do you come over with your color selection? So the colors they have sounds to you. I mean, just like yeah, because just everything is related to music and painting at the same time. So just I'm curious.
Well, it's interesting because I had a teacher at the university in Osnabrück. He was trying to explain to me different kind of chords in jazz, because you have a variety of changes and chords, and he was trying to explain to me how I can, try to learn them or find a way to use them easily, because it's a world of possibilities. And he told me, why don't you try to use colors for yourself to define, for example, when you have a major chord, this can be like orange for you, and if you have a minor chord, this could be like a deep blue, just so I tried to just to use these colors as a pattern for myself, and try to compose with them, just as a practice. And it was pretty interesting to look at it in another way, because for me colors also have other aspects, and I see them, I think, differently, because they do something with your body, with your emotion, with everything. And in this series, which I did in the micro narrative, I cannot specifically say that I used really musical intention to draw them, but I think it's somehow in me, because I grew up with this, with both of them. So it's definitely has a huge inspiration in what I do.
Yeah, that was very interesting what your professor, just how the way he guided you. So just, yeah, I wish I know some music.
Yeah, and
Then I
there
could
is
see a
also
different word, so that could be totally
yeah,
different. Yeah.
yeah.
So,
And I did some research about graphic notation, which is also they used it in the 50s or 60s, because in the 30s or 1940s and 1930s, the new music was very complicated to play, because it looks crazily with all the notes and the sharps and beats and all the rhythms. It was very complicated to read it, So they came up to this idea to write them in a graphical way, or in shapes, or in colors, to make it more easier for the musician to play them. And this is what I want to go a little bit more further, and shapes and colors and everything is also what I do. So yeah, we'll see what will happen.
yeah, that's very
Yeah.
interesting. Yes, please let us know later about your research. Yeah, update us, because that's very interesting topic to follow and do further research on. Okay, so just you were mentioning about you created this series during the lockdown, and
Yeah.
so just and you mentioned also in your statement about that. And so just, and you also mentioned like the abstraction protect you somehow. So
Yeah.
just, yeah, can you like explain what kind of, I mean, just in what kind of states or how the abstraction could help you? Was it that because of the COVID lockdown, or it was because of, I don't know, just yeah, just tell us.
Well, I used to uh, paint in an abstract way because I come from Iran and I used to paint back in Iran. So it was always tricky when you had an exhibition. The regime, they had to accept what you were showing at the exhibition. You know that yourself. So for me, this in this way to paint, it was somehow to protect myself. I could say things, but not that you would see it on the surface, but it was behind, in a pretty much abstract way, and everybody could use their imagination and find a way to to understand it, For example, I have this painting, it's called Statue of Liberty, a huge one, it's a purple. It's about the travel ban of Trump, because my parents live in the US and I couldn't go there, and that was very heartbreaking for me, and not only for me but also for lots of people who could not go to the US or travel because they were living in a wrong country, or they were born in a wrong country. Yeah, I think I find it, for me, it's this is the way I like to express myself, and I find it a lot more interesting when everybody who see the work, they can also use their imagination and have their own interpretation of what they see. And anytime it could be also different. So that's why, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I totally understand what you're talking about. And yeah, so just that's how the abstraction protect you. And
Yeah.
yeah, just well done. Just, I don't know, I cannot imagine any other way, because I know you from long ago. So just, and I follow your practice. So just, I know, just how, just good you are, and how, just you mean what you are doing. So just that is amazing, just to see you grow, and, just to reach to, just whatever, just you wanted to reach. And I hope, just you get more and more, and I'm sure you will. So yeah, okay, next question. Do you have, or have you already, I don't know about that, so just produced micro narratives versions in your music? Because I don't know, this is something like, just when I was looking at your painting, just this series in micro narrative. So just, I could, yeah, of course, just as I said, I don't know anything about music, but I could hear something out of those, because I know you and I know your practice and I know your music. So, but I don't know if that makes sense or what, but just that could be very interesting if each piece, just they have some sort of like their own, just micro narratives. And so have you done that with this series, or maybe like in with some other projects? Have you already done it, like to bring a like a related music to that specific piece of painting?
Mhm. Well, actually, only one of them has a composition, Gozar, which is, I think it's not in the catalog. catalog, but I can show it to you after. Actually, that was the plan with this exhibition, which I wanted to do, but unfortunately, the fundings that I got for it, it wasn't enough to have the ability to compose for each of the paintings, and also, you know, do the paintings and also composing for it. So I tried to combine it with a free improvisation, you know, and that's what we did a lot. We played composed music. But in between, we did also free improvisation, and took the inspiration of the paintings that they were projected on us. But this is one thing that I would really, really, really love to do, to make paintings or do compositions, and or other way around, and paint them specifically for this composition, and to have the ability, when you look at the paintings and also listen to the artwork, for example, you know. But this is on my list. I will definitely
Yeah, that would be
definitely
extraordinary.
will
That
do
would be
that.
amazing.
Yeah,
You know, just
yeah,
yeah, totally amazing. So just I'm looking forward to see and to
yeah.
hear, you know, just soon. By the way, we mentioned, and you mentioned a lot about this exhibition, the Micro Narratives exhibition
Yeah,
in Germany. So
yeah,
and I want to know, you know, just with all the performance, and you know, just because that was a physical exhibition, and so just you performed there your music, and so it was an exhibition of your paintings. While the paintings that were projected on you guys, were you know, just during the performance. So I want to know a little bit more about people's feedback, like, you know, just what sort of feedback you received from the audiences in the exhibition.
well, it was very positive, because it was not like a usual, or what expected when you go to the exhibition. Just look at the works and just, and you know, you talk and you go back. It was a lot more intense, and I could it was a journey for the people who came, you know, and I think they understood the works better when it was combined. And my aim was to take this boundaries between both painting and music by producing them on ourselves, you know, that was happening at the same time. And visually it was, they were suddenly alive. They were not only on a paper or on a canvas. They were suddenly in 3D. And with the combination with the music and the interaction, it was, I got very positive feedbacks. And yeah, it was, for us, it was
Amazing.
also, it was a great fun to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, suddenly you feel like you are also living
Yeah,
in a
exactly.
particular
It was,
moment
yeah,
within the music and the painting. So just everything
yeah,
became live, and so and
yeah,
you were
yeah,
live there, and everyone else also, they could be included to that. So I
exactly.
can maybe
Yeah.
call like the party of art, paintings and music. So yeah, just that's amazing. Yeah, just yeah, good for those people. They could experience that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
great.
hope that in the future I can do this more, and yeah, we'll
Yeah,
see.
I think you should, like, you know, just because that is different, and that is you, and so just you have to do more of that, like that, this combination of the painting and music, that is extraordinary, and so, and that is you, so, and it's unique. So just if you be able to share that with more audiences, you know, they can feel the same way and
Yeah,
understand it more with different senses other than just, like, you know, just visual sense. That would be something totally different, and I'm sure
yeah,
they can enjoy it more, because, you know, just are, you know, just dragging, or like bringing, like involving other senses as well.
Exactly, yeah.
All right, so just tell us, do you have any upcoming projects right now?
Well, there are a few. Um, my album is coming out. My debut album is with the Sheen Trio is coming out in October, I guess, with Bertolt Records. And I'm also I just got the mail yesterday that I'm able to do a I'm curating a concert of free improvisation in here in Osnabrück in a gallery has a 29,
Wow.
and I'm really looking forward to that because this is also doing free improvisation in a gallery which is there are lots of artworks as an inspiration also for the musician. I think this would be also a unique possibility to do that. It's not just only a concert um, concert venue, but it's also a gallery, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really happy that I got this funding
Yeah,
to do that. I'm really
congratulations. Yeah,
grateful. Yeah,
yeah,
thank you.
that is
So
awesome.
this would be a very nice project, which I'm really looking forward to that. And next year, I'm doing a video installation with composed music, which I'm going to write and also play. It's about peace, and it's also the with the it's called white flag because white flag is a representative of the peace. So there I'm going to put lots of white stuff. It's canvas fabric, yeah, fabric from the walls, which is very, it's going to be very high and long, and I'm going to stay behind them and the videos about peace and everything, which I'm going to, I don't know how yet, but we'll see.
Yeah, you will find a way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
that's very interesting. Yeah.
yeah, this is also another project which I'm looking, but this is going to be next year, also in autumn.
No, so you already got a fund for that.
Yes, I
So,
already got it and looking forward. So there are some
mhm.
projects going on at the
Yeah,
moment.
that's
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah.
And by the way, I should mention to all our audiences here, you do a lot of concerts as well, right? So just tell us a little bit about your concerts.
Well, I'm planning a tour with my trio, also from October until end of December. To this is going to be a release concert for our albums. And I also have other projects at the same time, so I'm playing in different kind of ensembles and bands, and yeah, I play a lot. This year was really great, and I'm really grateful about that to be able to be on stage because in the Corona time it was. Uh, Nothing really going on, and it was only streamed, which was better than nothing. But still, the interaction between the people and the musician, you know, this is the energy. This is what makes it very special to go to a concert. And when you do the stream concert, you don't have that. You know, it's like going to it's exactly like seeing the paintings online. You know, I mean, it's
Yeah.
amazing that you have
Yeah.
this possibility to do that, but we have to accept it that we're living in a world that everything is going so fast, so you cannot be able to be in different places that you want to be. So this is, I think it's. We have to also embrace this technology and to use it in a best way that suit us, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah.
All right. So now you talk about the technology and, just the new forms of maybe living. So tell us how you feel about expanding of the digital world. So by the way, I have another question. This is your first virtual exhibition, or you already were involved to other virtual
No,
exhibitions?
this is my first, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
This is my
So
first.
how do you feel like how do you feel about the whole thing, and also just as I mentioned about the expanding of this digital
Mm.
world?
I think it's amazing. I mean, I think 10 years ago, we couldn't even imagine that this could be a possibility, you know. And in the Corona time, I think it showed us how important it is that when you cannot leave the house, you can sit home and just go to museums or galleries, and this would open another door for you, or also go to concerts, you know, because we need that as a human being. We need this, and I think it's a huge possibility to connect to the outside world. You know, I'm in Germany. You're in Sharjah. You know, it's really abstract, but what now we're talking about and showing my paintings. You know, so this is an amazing opportunity. So I think it's really really cool to have this possibility. Yeah.
I think so too. So I've done with my questions, and thank you so much for
Thank
answering
you.
all my questions patiently. So just now, I would like to invite our audiences here. If there is any questions, you can ask Shabnam. Please go ahead. Now we have the opportunity to have her here. So just yeah, there is question. Okay. Do you explore other music instruments, perhaps string instruments such as violin or cello? If you did, how it differ from exploring clarinet and link it with painting or drawing?
Um, I, I mean, I love string instruments. I didn't have really a chance um, to write music for them, but this is definitely what I would really love to do. Um, I think each kind of instrument has its own character and color. We also use this use color in the music a lot because it's really different, you know, and so I need to look at your question again. Um, I think when I listen to classical music and paint, I think this would be completely different when I listen to jazz or um, for example, a saxophone quartet or a jazz combo. So yeah. Um, I don't know if I have answered your question.
Hi, Fadila. Have you get your answer?
Yeah, sure, sure. I understand what she means. Like maybe because she focused on clarinet, so I understand that music have like because I play guitar myself, so I just wondering how like different instruments influence our drawing or painting. So, but I understand what Shabnam means, and that's great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I mean, I cannot say that I only listen to one specific instrument when
Mhm.
I'm listening, you know, it's a general output of what's happening in
Yeah,
the
sure.
whole music, you
Mm-hmm.
know. Yeah.
Okay.
question for you, Shabnam. How do you most define yourself, as a musician or painter?
Oh, very hard question. Well, since I moved to Germany, I didn't have a place to paint, and I usually paint in a very big big canvases. So for a while I did much, and I had to focus on my music, because I started jazz from the beginning, because in Iran there was no jazz, so I came here to study that. But I was doing sketches in small size. So, and this is also, I think, the outcome of the micro narratives, because I did a lot was works during the time that I come to Germany. But since 2 years ago, I was able to have this workspace for music and also for painting. So this was a life-changing for me, and I could finally paint again. But back to your question, I think I'm more active at the moment as a musician, as a painter. But I hope that I would be able to change that, to balance them. You know, sometimes you have more time to do music, or so many things happen that you have to focus on one thing, and sometimes you have the ability to focus on the other. So it's about balancing and seeing how can you express yourself in a better way with your painting, or with your music. Yeah, so yeah, I try to balance them. So I don't know. Sometimes I'm more a musician, sometimes more a painter.
Amazing. Thank you very much, Catherine, for your question, and thanks, Shabnam. Is there any other question? If yes, please write it down. Is there anything, Shabnam, you want to talk about, or you want to mention?
Sure. I wanted to talk a little bit about the micro-narrative collection and what it meant for me. As I said, I did it the whole thing in the Corona time, and it was a very challenging for me, because I didn't have the materials which I usually use. You know, I had some pens and some colors, and I had to find a way to express myself only with these few materials, you know. And also the colors that I had, they were not the colors that I usually used in my paintings. So that was really challenging, and but it was a lot fun. And also drawing in a complete white surface, this was also something new, and for me it was also to represent this silence, which was at the lockdown time, you know. And you know, my older works, it was very dark and lots of colors, and there was lots of going on, and it was interesting for me also to see how I reacted to the whole situation, and everything went a lot more quieter and more minimalistic, and using only, for example, 2 colors, which I never did that before, was new for me. And you said about how I choose my colors. You know, I have this David Hockney book, which my parents had it for, I don't know, it's from the 1977. I wasn't even born. It's his drawings, you know. And I remember myself that I was always looking at this book And I just loved the way that he used the, you see, it's very minimal and it's not much going on, but it's so amazing just to see this negative surfaces. And I went to an exhibition in Hamburg, which was in before the lockdown. I'm really happy it was possible. I could go there, and I was so amazed by his colors. How he used this bright, livingly colors beside, and it was mind blowing. It's different from what you see in the catalog. I think that was a huge impact in the series. And I also went to another. I was in Madrid, and I went to the a museum, and I learned another painter which I didn't know before, Pablo Palazzuelo. He uses lots of lines and sharp forms. So if you go back and see some of my works, which are in 40 centimeters, I also, that was also his, I think in the back of my mind, his influence in those works, and trying to use forms and colors as a main thing in this collection.
Yeah, amazing how, I mean, just we have young artists here with us today. So that could be very, very useful for them to know how to get inspired or get influence from other artists. We always should get inspired, just in life in general, just, and as an artist, like, it's going to be even like, that would be somehow our job, because we have to be sensitive to whatever we see, we feel, we listen, we hear, we just with different senses we have. So just we have to be sensitive and just took note from all of those, and then we can use them somehow in our lives. So just, yeah, I'm happy that lockdown happened. And actually you had, in Germany, it was like quite a long lockdown.
Yes.
Yeah. So just, just that is joking, but yeah, just I'm happy in terms of, like, just you had the time and you had that limitations of the materials, the medium. So just that, you could manage to create these pieces, which is, I believe, amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. If there is no other questions, I would like to thank you again, Shabnam. It was just like a great honor to have you here today, and also to show your works in IAR projects.
I'm really grateful for that, and thank you for inviting me, and thank you for making this happen.
You're most welcome. I would like to take my chance and thank our wonderful team. Okay, there is another question. Okay, no, it's not a question. It's like, yeah, you could see. Okay, so just if there is anything, guys, please ask quicker before I close the talk. All right, so just I would like to thank our wonderful team, Fadila Ghani, Noor Fatiha Yusuf, Sohail Hosseini, and Amalpur Nasiri for their great contribution and help for this exhibition. Thanks again, Shabnam, for showing your work and sharing your experience with us today. And thanks to all of you. Visit the exhibition at www.ierprojects.com. The exhibition will run until 26 June 2022. Have a lovely evening and hope to see you all very soon.